So glad to have you and to see you this week. I got a very special, powerful word for you. It's found in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3. And it says right here, "The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepares ye the way of the Lord. Make straight the desert a highway for our God." Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. It's so very important that you put a voice to your faith. That's your word for this week, and that is giving your faith an audible voice. You know, there is going to be so many times where your body is going to talk to you and try and drown out your faith voice. Your soul's going to talk to you, and your feelings are going to talk to you. Your circumstances are going to talk to you, and we know our checkbook talks to us all the time. They all have a voice, and their purpose of those voices is to drown out and not give your faith a voice. And when your faith doesn't get a voice, then you're led by sight and feelings all your natural days. It's important that your faith talks back. Your body's going to say to you, hey, you're tired, you're sick, you're dying. It's important that you don't leave that go unchecked. It's important that your faith speaks up and says, I'm the healed of the Lord. I'm strong in the Lord and the power of His might. By His stripes, Jesus has made provision for me. It's very important that, let the weak say, I am strong. It's very important that you have a voice to your faith. Because I'm telling you, your checkbook's going to tell you you're broke, you're busted, and you're disgusted, and there's no relief in sight. And if you don't answer back, if you don't give your faith a chance to speak, then you're going to begin to believe what you're feeling and what you're hearing from your flesh or from your circumstances or from the Channel 9 News or Channel 13 News or whatever broadcast you listen to. It's important that your faith speaks up and says, yeah, that's what it looks like in the natural, but here's what my faith says. My faith says that God's going to make a way where there is no way. My faith says that my God shall supply. Your faith says that the Lord is my Jehovah Jireh. See, whenever you give your faith a voice, and that's what it says in Isaiah 43. It says that he had a voice in the wilderness. Not an echo, but a voice. And that voice was to John the Baptist. It didn't look like anybody was listening. It didn't look like anybody cared. It didn't look like he had an audience or that he was making any kind of a difference. But he shook. He actually shook the powers that be to the highest that he could, to the very point that they wanted to kill him because he was making that much of an impact. Your faith, when it speaks, not when you just think it, not when you just have it, but when your faith is given a voice, you will shake the powers that be, and it'll turn you loose to be into another strong, radical individual. That's your word for the week.